It's time to get started with a new project series, and it's one that you all voted for. Today, we start building a modular war camp. Alright, it's time for the new project to get started. You voted for it, so I'm gonna build it. We're making a modular war camp. So, what do we need for the war camp? Obviously, we need something to put everything on, so we're going to need a ground tile. I don't want it to be as large as some of the other tiles that I've built in the past. That will allow me to use it in more settings. So I'm thinking of a 12-inch by 12-inch kind of base. And what I found for that are these. These are 1 foot by 1 foot floor tiles. I got these at Lowe's. They are really cheap. I think I paid $1.50 for each one. And as you can see, bring this in here. Focus. There we go. These are really, really thin, so they are not going to have a huge profile on the table. So that's going to make it a lot easier to kind of blend this into other environments. Ignore the surface and coloration that's on it. We're going to cover that up as the steps go on. Now, for a war camp, we're going to need stuff for war. One of the things we're going to need is some tents. I'm thinking of a couple of different varieties. But one thing that we need to do and address is kind of making the entire setup modular so that things can be swapped out. What do I mean by that? Here's what I have in mind. So I'm going to use these as kind of like a baseline for size. Playing cards are a great kind of crafting tool because they're all roughly the exact same size and shape. So what I've got in mind is, for example, if I make a tent and I make it this size for the base that the tent is going to sit on, I can then kind of plot out that we've got 3 tents going across this way, and then we can have like a larger tent for like command stuff. I can make another thing, you know, I can put like a training ground or a campfire or something like that on this one, and then we've got this set here. And at that point we can swap things around in a couple of different ways. I can put 2 pieces here for a campfire and a training ground, or I can put 2 tents here, put a training ground here, next to a campfire, next to another tent. I can put the command tent here, or I can swap it to here, or I can put it here. You get the idea. So that's what I've got in mind for this. So today, let's figure out a couple of things. We know that we're going to make things the size of playing cards to put down for the bases. So that's something that we've figured out. We know we're going to be using these floor tiles for the ground. And let's see what else. We're going to need a wall. We're going to need walls, and for that, I'm going to use these. Now these are some oversized craft sticks that I got at Michael's. I love these ones in particular because they're exactly 1 inch wide, and they're a decent length. Let me just kind of tear this open. Come on. There we go. So, as you can see, one of these is longer than half of this. So I can trim a few of these down to 6 inches in length, and then 2 of these equal 1 palisade wall, or wall in general, for each side. So I can take 8 of these and then make walls to circle the entire thing. I can also make one of these into a gatehouse, and then make 2 that are smaller at half size to be walls on either side of it. So, let's see here. We've got some walls that we need to build. We need to build some tents of various sizes. We need training grounds. We need a campfire, kind of like a sitting area. For the tents, we need soldiers' tents, a command tent. I'm thinking also a medical tent. Towers. We're going to need towers for the corners. And for those, I'll probably get something slightly larger than the craft stick. I can find these in a little bit wider format, so we'll use some of those to make some corner pieces. But for the rest of this video, let's kind of look at our ground and see what it is we can come up with to do two things. I want to make this as user-friendly as possible so that if you wanted to make your own, you can. And I also want to magnetize the pieces that are going to be set onto this. So what we're going to do is have one of these as a base, and they're sticky on one side. So if I peel this paper off, this side is sticky. So we're going to have one of these down and then one of these up. And we're going to add one other thing in between the two that is going to help kind of increase the modularity and magnetism of the entirety of the build. And that is going to be this. I found this on Amazon. This is a roll of magnetic sheet. So this is essentially a thin sheet that is magnetic. Now, this isn't ridiculously strong on its own. It's designed to make your own little magnets to put on a refrigerator, things like that. But it is as thin or thinner than our tiles are, and it's 1 foot wide. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take one of the tiles and then put this onto one tile, and then put the other tile on top of it. So that way we've got a sandwich of tile, magnet, tile. And what I'm going to do is on this one for the top, I'm going to trace out where certain things are roughly going to be, and then cut out a physical removable piece so that when these all stick together, there's a recessed area that the modular pieces can get put onto and just kind of recess in. So I'll put magnets on the bottom of the pieces that are going to set onto the board, and then those magnets will connect to the sheet. Because while this is magnetic, it's not a magnet, so it's not going to push magnets away from it. So that is kind of the plan. So let's go ahead and start putting things together. Now, where to start? Let's start with the cutouts. To start things off, I made a quick and simple grid on the main tile. This was more to just kind of give myself an idea of where rough distances were going to be, so that I wasn't going to constantly be measuring things while I was putting everything together. Then, after doing a quick check of the rough size of the cards, I started laying out where I wanted things to be. And then I realized, since I was going to eventually have a wall around the camp, I wanted a little bit of a walkway so that I could put like stairs or ladders or things like that. So I marked off a 1-inch border around the edge, and that gave me a kind of rough area that I would have for just kind of some reference lines of where things were going to match up on the outside. Then it was a quick matter of tracing out some of the playing cards to lay out where the various tents or modular sections were going to be located. And once I had everything marked, I connected a few of the lines that weren't quite touching before grabbing my utility knife, and then after about 5 or 6 passes, I was able to cut through the laminate. Now, these tiles are fairly durable, but you can cut them pretty easily. My knife isn't even that sharp, but I was still able to make some pretty quick work of each section of the tile that I was cutting. So, if you want to do this yourself, you absolutely can. You don't even need any fancy tools for it, just a quick utility knife that you can get from most hardware stores, or even the Dollar Tree would do the trick. And as you can see, section just pops right out. So I'll go ahead and cut out the other sections here, and you can kind of get the idea of where I'm going with this. I am leaving a little bit of wiggle room, or at least I'm trying to, so that things have the ability to be kind of snug into place, but not so snug that they kind of get stuck or get damaged. Now, each of these pieces that I cut are not going to get tossed. I'm going to save them and then use them for later steps in this project. These are going to be perfect for making, the tents or other things that I want to put into these areas. And since they've been cut from the tiles themselves, they should all fit with relative ease. Alright, with the last section having been cut and popped free, I think it's time to start putting everything together. Now, each one of these tiles has a protective coating over the glue on the bottom side, and it sticks really well and really fast. So it was very easy to just kind of roll the magnetic sheet across the bottom and then trim it with a utility knife. Now, the magnetic sheet is supposed to be 12 inches wide, but it ended up being, 12 and like a couple millimeters wide, so I did a quick little trim just to make sure that everything was nice and even with the edges of the tile. And then I carefully peeled off the paper on the trimmed tile because I didn't want anything to get damaged. While the tiles are durable, they will snap in half if you kind of bend them with too much force, and I definitely didn't want that to happen. And then it was just kind of pressed down and finished. Okay, so here is the finished tile, but I ran into an unexpected problem. I'm going to start by kind of describing the card here. So the cards are an odd dimension. They are 2 and they're just shy of 2.5 inches by just shy of 3.5 inches. So as a result of that, trying to put the tile piece back in to make this be our removable section, if there's any variance in how they got cut out, they don't fit back in. Like this one won't fit back in at all, even in the place where I'd originally cut it out. So that's not quite going to work. Now, making them with the playing cards should still work, but it's going to be really, really snug, and I don't want things to kind of get stuck and then get damaged as I'm trying to pull them out. So I made a second piece, and this is a little bit wider on all of the tolerances. I essentially rounded it up to 3.5 and then 2.5 for the width on each section. So what I'm going to do now is very carefully pry this off and then put the new tile down in its place. Now, the only disadvantage of this is the glue will kind of be stuck in a couple of places, but as you can see, it does come up kind of easily. Though I am going to have to cut it in a couple of places just to make my life a little bit easier. And as long as I don't cut the magnet sheet, shouldn't be any real issues. Well, I can say with certainty that these aren't going to come apart on their own by accident, so that is nice. I'm going to get this pried up, and then we'll get that piece put in place, and then we'll kind of figure out where we're going to go from there. Alright, so that took a bit of effort, so these are definitely very secured in place. Now, to kind of give you the impression and idea of what it is that I'm going to do, these are pieces that I cut from the original tile, and this is the new one. So as you can see, these just kind of slide right in place. The ones that I make to be removable will be even a little bit smaller than this, so them getting put in and taken out will be a lot easier, and we won't have to worry about any kind of issues with things getting stuck. So that is kind of that. Next time we will add some details to this. I think I'm going to bevel down the edges just a little bit. These pieces will get trimmed just a hair, and then these will be reused to make the removable inserts. We're going to bevel this side, but not this side, because this side is going to have the stuff attached to it. And I'm going to do that because I can use the sticky side to essentially be a lot cheaper than gluing things down, at least as far as the ground cover and flocking and things like that go. So next time we will do a little bit of fine-tuning. We will add in our ground cover and flocking, and that will kind of pave the way to start making our tents and various other structures. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy this new project and how we're getting started. Please hit that like button, subscribe for future content, comment down in the comment section, and we will see everyone next episode.